What's going on, everybody? My name is Justice, and I'm with my guy.
What's poppin'? It's poppin'. It's your boy Tyaire. How y'all doing?
And you tuned into the Silky Boys podcast, the Wiggy's podcast out for sports needs and what's going on in the culture right now. Zaire, how you feeling this week, my boy?
I'm feeling good, feeling great. Second week in 2021, bro. Ready to get to it.
Now let's get right into it, bro. We had major breaking news this week. The deal happened. It got done. That man James Harden is in BK now. In a four-team trade, James Harden lands on the Brooklyn Nets. Houston Rockets ended up getting Karis LeVert, who they end up flipping to Indiana in order to get Victor Oladipo on the squad, along with 7 future first-round picks, along with pick swaps. Fam, are we talking about a big overhaul in order to get this man James Harden, but it got done? Initial reactions to the trade.
Initial reactions, bro. The city's lit right now, bro. I just wish that we can be going to games right now because that would be the first ticket I'm trying to buy. But off rip, bro. We talked about this a couple months back, but I'm not shocked that the trade happened. I'm just glad it finally they got the deal done, and I'm just ready to see how this works out. To be honest, bro. But our initial reactions, bro. City's lit, bro. This is a big city move right here. I like it.
Big city move for a big time player, MVP candidate, historically one of the best scorers that we've ever seen. And he's playing with the greatest scorer of all time and one of the best heat check scoring point guards that we have ever seen. So off the rip, initially, like there's obviously a couple of elephants in the room, but one of them being play style wise. All three of these guys are used to having the ball in their hands a lot. All of them are used to having high usage rates. So question in terms of, do you worry about like, is this really going to gel well together fit wise? Do you feel like Hart's going to come in and kind of mess with that chemistry, or is he going to be willing to sacrifice and take somewhat of a back seat to those two guys?
I feel like if Harden was willing, I'm hopefully this is a hopeful feeling for James Harden. I'm not putting this on him, but I'm hopeful that with him going through all this drama that he put Houston through, all the media antics that he's been going through over the last month and a half, I hope that this move, a fresh start for him, makes him flip a switch, be like, okay, maybe I have to reinvent myself. Yes, I'm the 30-point guy who could get 30 any night and go crazy, but what success has that generally got me in postseason time? So I can see him like, all right, I'm with a guy who's an established superstar. Everybody knows who he is. He's one of the top two players in the league. So he's going to be that. He's not changing. I'm also with another guy who's a established point guard, has a championship, was a contributor factor to that championship. So if I'm Harden, I'm looking at myself like, if we want to make a difference and we want to really show that this trade was worth it, I'm the most important factor in this whole three. And if Harden could change himself and be able to be a player to come off a pick and catch a shot off the screen and just spot up, this team is different. And if Harden's ready to reinvent himself in that way, then the sky's the limit for the squad.
They're expected to play together for the first time tomorrow on Saturday against the Magic. So everybody's going to be tuned in for that. But another question that I got to ask, that's also another elephant in the room, is like, all right, I already pegged them as coming out the East, regardless of the team that they have pre-Harden trade. Post-Harden trade, I still feel the same way. So does this team still realistically stand a chance against the Lakers in a 6 or 7 game series without the size that they once had with Jared Allen and just having able-bodied guys to throw at LeBron and AD?
Yeah, because I would say before after the trade, I was leaning towards the Lakers just because that they were the Lakers and it was LeBron and AD. But I feel like the Nets should be the favorite, and just regardless of what everything, just simply because Kevin Durant, bro. Like I think like people are digging too deep into like, oh, the semantics or when they match up against the Lakers. I'm like, yeah, this is a championship Laker team, but this is a championship Laker team that went to 6 games with a depleted Miami Heat team. Like they didn't just handle business easily in the finals. They still struggle. So you're telling me Kevin Durant, who had a full season behind him, paired with Kyrie Irving and James Harden, won't win more than 3 games like the Heat did last year? So like I'm like, I just don't get the narrative, oh, that the Lakers were an all world beating team last year. They really didn't face a lot of competition last year. They missed out on the Clippers. They missed out on the Bucks. There's a lot of teams that they missed out on. So I'm not just putting this old all-world team like the Lakers or the Warriors or something. I don't view them as that type of championship team right now. And so personally, I feel like the Nets could have a chance in that final series.
Personally, I agree with you. You made a lot of good points about that Lakers team last year and what they are now. And also, but more so on the Nets point, why I think they can win a championship is just simply because they have three guys that can win a game by themselves. And that's honestly, realistically, that's all you really need. Because Harden can come in and have a 25-point quarter for one game, and that'll be enough for that game. Kyrie can come in the next drop 37. That'll be enough for that. KD is going to do his thing every single game, no matter what, both on offensive and defensive end. And so it's going to come to a point where these guys are literally just going to put points up on the board at an exceptionally high rate. And I don't even know if the Lakers will be able to keep up. And the only way that they will be able to keep up is in transition. That's it.
Exactly.
That's just personally how I feel about it.
And you have to bank on your defense to garner stops against that team, which is impossible. You have two players that is virtually impossible to stop, and a third player that you can add on to that list when he's failing it. So it's just like
all three of those guys need at least two sets of eyes on them every single possession. But you can't always do that because now it leaves Joe Harris, who shoots over 40% from three, wide open. So now he's going to get some of the cleanest shots that he's gotten in his entire career. And it's going to make defenses be able to make them say, okay, what do we want to do? Do we want to give Kyrie the three, or do we want to let Harden have the three on this one? Do we want to let Kyrie drive and hit the kick out to KD, or what? Like, it's going to create a lot of mishaps on defense, I feel like. And Nets are just going to be able to take advantage of that. And also going forward with this trade too, that Kevin Durant and James Harden pick and roll is going to be nasty. That is going to be nasty with KD coming down the rim, coming down the lane, and then also be able to pop out on top of the key. Again, it goes back. I feel like there's just so much scoring on this team. Defense is just not going to be able to keep up for the most part.
And plus, looking forward, we don't even know the state of how this season is going to end. So especially if we end up in another bubble-like format towards the end of a season and we're in the playoffs and it's a bubble-like format. So you're telling me these three guys in basically a pickup game situation is not winning? Yeah, I'm going with them. Like
right, and they can still be on the they're still going to be in within the buyout market too, just to add a couple of pieces here and there, just to really round out this rotation. There are a lot of questions about this team, and some people don't feel like this is a championship level contending team with this Harden trade, but you have two MVPs and a high level scoring point guard. Like, just again, it is a lot of talent on paper, and people say, it takes more than talent just to win championships. But this is the best squad talent-wise assembled since KD joined the Warriors. And you can say that it was Golden State system and they were already a proven team, they were already a championship winning team before KD went. Yeah, but the talent was still there, and that talent alone still won them a lot of games.
Exactly. So it's just really, I think the biggest thing with this team is going to kind of go along with the thing that derailed the Clippers last year, and it's just chemistry. Chemistry is the only thing that I could really see getting in the way of this team. If Kyrie is incognito like he is right now, James Harden does what he does, and all that stuff, that's the only thing I can see derailing this team. And still, at the end of the day, they have Kevin Durant. So I feel like chemistry still can't kill Kevin Durant going out there and winning a game for you, even with Harden and Kyrie doing what they do. So
right, just dropping a bucket on everybody head side.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Because he just hit a ball. Everything else don't matter to him.
Like, he came to Brooklyn with a mindset with the goals of winning a championship, and right now nothing's going to stand in his way of doing that, especially considering after the injury that he suffered, the fact that he hasn't played basketball in 18 months. Mm-hmm. That's not happening. But real quick, I also want to go into from the Rockets standpoint. So the Rockets got the bag for Harden in exchange for Harden. I like this Rockets team. I really like this Rockets team with John Wall, Victor Oladipo, DeMarcus Cousins. Now, all three of those guys have something to prove, and this is kind of similar to the Warriors right now, where it's a scrappy team right now that's just gonna go out there, play hard, and I feel like there really is no egos on this team at all. Like, they're really just coming all together just to win. And then when you talk about the future assets too with those picks, they can rebuild. They put themselves in a situation where they can rebuild Embiid within the playoffs, probably within. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs this year. They're going to be scrappy, but ultimately, I don't think they're going to be able to get done this year. But maybe in like the next 2 years, see how Wall is, see how Christian Wood develops as he gets later into his contract. And you never know what type of moves they can make in the offseason with those picks as well.
Yeah, I feel like with these trades, I can feel like there's never really a loser in these trades because I feel like you always are going to get a big compensation for both. I can say like the Pelicans and the Lakers, they're going to be straight regardless. You got Zion, Lonzo in them, and you got AD. Carmelo and the Nuggets, it was a fair trade back then, I guess. The Nuggets got Gallo, all them picks, and the Knicks were in the playoff contention. So I feel like with these trades, you get what both sides are wanting out of it. So I feel like for Harden, he's in a contending situation, and now the Rockets are set up better than they were if Harden were to leave in 2 years. So yeah, I feel like it was good all around, and I'm excited to see what Steve Silas can do with his own new front office, new team, no superstar to really worry about, and just see how a young black coach can get it done in the league.
Yeah, done. And also another team that was part of that trade was the Cavs. So that's where Torian Prince and Jared Allen ended up. And Cleveland, they end up saying future first to Houston in order to facilitate that deal. Cleveland actually ended up being a better team too. And also Andre Drummond now with Jared Allen there becomes a trade asset. So he's probably going to get a deal now. To what team that could, who knows what that team could be, but that could be a big move as well.
Me and my brother were just talking about this. I was like, yeah, Andre Drummond definitely needs to be freed on a contender right now. I feel like I just feel weird seeing him and Kevin Love just wasting their talents right now on the Cavs. Like those two guys should be looked to move to a contender. I would like to see Andre Drummond maybe on like the Celtics, see what he can do. Cause I feel like the Celtics are just a big man away from really doing something. And so I would like to see what type of difference he could add there. So if they have pieces they can move for him, that would be a good fit for him. I think.
Mm-hmm. And with Cleveland's young core too, you bring in Jared Allen, who's again a top quality starting center in the league, but he just so happened to be coming off the bench in Brooklyn.
Mm.
And you pair that with Darius Garland, who's having a good season. Colin Sexton's having a great season so far, and their young guy Isaac Okoro, who's balling. Now Cleveland finally has an identity right now and a solid young foundation to really build on. And like you said, like once you go with these trades, a lot of these parties, or at least in this case, actually came out better. Mm-hmm. For the most part. And also, real quick, I just want to comment this. Like, this is now the second time that we've seen this Brooklyn Nets organization just go all in. Like, we saw back about 10 years ago with the Paul Pierce KG trade, just completely mortgaging their future assets in order to try to win now. I just hope, for their sake, that they're actually successful this time and not like they were the last time. Because we all know they ended up losing to the Heat in about 6-7 games in the playoffs. And they were just bad right after that.
And Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown have been good ever since then. So it's just like
you just better hope that works out these next 2 years if we're going to get a chip, honestly.
Yeah.
But with that being said, we're moving on to NFL wild card weekend, mega wild card weekend, 6 games in 2 days. That was dope to see. Upset alert in Pittsburgh, Cleveland Browns going up 28 on the first quarter. Like, what? What happened to the Steelers, fam? Like, is there, like, what happened?
Bro, like, I said it 5 months ago when they were 11-0. I'm like, they're not beating anybody. We should not get too hype into this team right now. If Pat goes against them, he's gonna demolish them. It just I feel like in the NFL it's clear to see if you peak early, you're not gonna win, bro. Like you cannot peak early. You have to peak at the right moment. And I feel like with the Steelers, it was the opposite. It was the Browns were playing shitty at the beginning. The Steelers were playing great at the beginning, and then it flipped. And then now the Browns are playing great, and the Steelers are playing shitty. And it was a flip role reversal. Juju ran his mouth, and they got ran out the building, bro. First play, it was over, bro. It was wrapped from the first snaps. Like. I've never seen anything like that. So it made me feel like Peyton in the Super Bowl all over again, bro.
That's exactly what I was about to say. The only time it was reminiscent, it was Peyton in the Super Bowl when the Broncos got smacked by the Seahawks.
Yeah.
It was rough all around, but I called it. Ben wasn't looking that good. I mean, he ended up finishing with a really great game, throwing for over 500 yards and like 4 touchdowns
He
and
had a Dak
47.
game. He had a
Yeah.
Dak game. He had a classic Dak game.
Nah, that's foul. Get well, Dak. Get well. That's foul. But Ben had a rough game. I was wondering if this was going to be his last season, depending on the outcome of the game. But seeing how badly they got beat is more than likely he's going to come back, because I don't think he's going out like that as a Steeler. I don't think he's going to want that to be the last memory for Steelers fans of him in his career, despite him being a Hall of Famer and all that. And overall, just again, shout out to the Cleveland Browns. But unfortunately, like, that's where it ends.
Yes, it's over. Like I'm hearing everybody trying to. Oh, they have a chance.
Yeah, everybody got a chance until 15 steps onto the field.
Like okay. Like we'll see.
We'll see. We'll see when that boy Tyreek Hill is running off, bro. Like, we'll see what happens with that.
Exactly, but overall, bro, it was a fun weekend, bro. But I think I just love the energy the NFL has been giving me, bro. Like I love like we don't like each other energy. I feel like that's what's missing in the NBA right now. I feel like that's why I'm not gravitating to the games as much, I guess, because the NFL, like, there's budding rivalries right now. I feel like the Titans and the Ravens, that's a rivalry for the years to come. The Browns, Steelers, that's a rivalry that I'm looking out for, bro. And it's just like all that. It was just such a fun weekend, even with Wims and seeing CJC play against each other. It's just like I don't know what happened over quarantine, why all these dudes are have so much animosity towards each other, but I'm loving it right now, bro. And it just led to a great playoff weekend. It was a bunch of great games. Lamar finally got the monkey off his back. I was glad, bro. I was so glad, bro. Like it was just so tired of hearing everybody talk crap about him.
Right, like, is he the one? Can he get it done? So let's lead this into just this coming weekend. What we got: Ravens Bills now, prime time, 8:15. Dog, got Lamar Jackson coming off his first playoff win. You got Josh Allen coming off a great playoff win against the Colts. These two hot quarterbacks right now, who's edging each other out?
Bro, I feel Lamar's hot right now, bro. I just feel like it's a fire, and it's like some type of like y'all was talking too much shit about me type of energy behind him and that team. And that defense is just rolling right now. They're flying everywhere, bro. I don't even think we touched on it last week. I feel like after them, they got smacked up by Derrick Henry last year. I feel like that front office, like, this has never happened again. Like, we're going to make sure we're filling every hole, every gap is filled. They went and got players at every level of the field. They got Patrick Queen in the draft. They got Calais Campbell. Like, they really loaded up on that defense. And I feel like it's going to give that Bills offense some fits, because they was already having fits last week against the Colts. But it's going to be a good game overall. But I just feel like Lamar is just riding on a lot of magic right now, bro. I feel like he's going to have a lot of magic this weekend.
I think the magic from that Titans game is going to carry on to the Bills game. Like, I think I can see just stylistically two ways playing Lamar, just getting a ton of carries, like 15 carries for like 100 and some yards and like 2 touchdowns. While on the other end, Josh Allen throwing up like 324 and like 3 touchdowns. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I feel like it's realistically going to be like one of those games. But overall, I think I won't be surprised if the Bills win, honestly. Yeah. Like, Ravens are hot right now, but I really won't be surprised if the Bills ends up in the AFC playing KC. Yeah. That's what ultimately was going to come down to. But then before that, we had the Rams playing the Packers. I don't know how Jared Goff is going to be able to play in Lambeau. He injured his thumb. He had thumb surgery. He has pins in his thumb right now, as we speak. And overall, like, you're just not going to do that. I'll say this. I'm really not expecting much from Jared Goff and that Rams offense against Pittsburgh's defense. And it's really just because of Jared Goff more than anything else.
Yeah. I just want to say, quick aside, as a Jets fan, do you know how funny it is to be that the only 2 teams that you beat this season are both still in playoff contention right now? That's just hilarious to me. That's just hilarious to me. But with the Rams, bro, that defense is crazy, bro. So I feel like just that defense alone gives them a chance. But like you said, Jared Goff in that Green Bay code, it's just a recipe for disaster. And that Green Bay defense has been heating up towards the end of this season. Zaire Smith has been shutting niggas down out there. So I wouldn't say they're gonna get smacked, but I see Green Bay winning probably by like 20-13. It's gonna be a low scoring game for sure.
2013. That's how I feel like it's going to be, unless A-Rod just comes out of nowhere and just starts slinging it from the get-go.
Yeah.
I can also see a scenario, Devontae Allen just taking one off the top and scoring within like the first offensive possession, a second offensive possession. It's like, okay, this is going to be one of those type of games.
Yeah, but I'm definitely tuned in because I want to see that matchup between him and Jalen Ramsey. I loved him and DK last week. I'm gonna be watching it this week, bro.
That's a fact. And moving on to Sunday, we already touched on KC, Cleveland. Got to talk about the Bucks and the Saints. Tom Brady versus Drew Brees. Drew Brees and the Saints were able to beat them 2 times in the regular season. Can they do it for a 3rd time in the postseason and finally reach the NFC Conference Championship? Can it finally happen this year for Drew? No.
I just want to see how the Saints do it this year. I just want to see which creative way they get it done this year, bro. I just want to see how it happens, bro. But I just feel like you can't beat Tom Brady 3 times. I feel like I've been hearing that a lot. And that Bucks team is getting hot. But I don't know, bro. Because who have the Bucks really played though? Because the Jets have beat more playoff teams than the Bucks.
Right, yeah.
Like
there was like that Washington team, like I called it, like they kept it competitive through the way. Like Tyler Henneke, like single-handedly kept them in that game. That defense like was still in there. And let's not forget, like Chase Young wasn't on the field for like 5 minutes. Yeah, 5 or 6 minutes left in the 4th quarter. You know what I mean? And also, I honestly feel like the Saints kind of have a better defense than the Washington does.
Oh, way better. Saints. That's it. And that Saint defense knows the Bucks defense inside and out. Like they've shut them down 2 games now on the season. And all honesty, I'm joking with the Saints because y'all have choked in the playoffs for the past 3 years. But I feel like this is y'all best opportunity to get it done because, like I said, that Bucks, they give me phony vibes right now. Like the only team they really beat are bad teams. Like I said, they have the same amount of playoff wins against playoff teams as the New York Jets, who are picking 2 in the draft this year. So it's like, is this really a good team? Is this not? But then you always have that's Brady in the playoffs, so you don't want to bet against him. But this year, I feel like, hey, that's Drew Brees in the playoffs, and everybody's saying this is his last ride out. I feel like he might want to give that one final punch, be like, okay, yeah, he's the GOAT, but hey, I should be up there on that mountain too.
Right. And honestly, I think that's what's going to be the key right there. It's just that Drew Brees X factor coming in, actually making plays. And Michael Thomas is actually finally healthy. We have to factor that into account now that he's actually back with the squad as well. And Alvin Kamara is still a top 5 running back, no matter how you look at it in the league. And look at what he's done this entire season.
And Marshawn Lattimore always plays great against Mike Evans, so I feel like that's always something to look out for.
That's another matchup. You mentioned it with Jalen Ramsey and Devontae Allen. That's another corner wide receiver matchup we're definitely going to be torn into, especially since these guys have history. They have fought each other. They've gone into squabbles here and there on the field. Right. So I won't be surprised if another one, that chippiness just comes out again, especially in this game. Especially if it's a close one as well.
But I would say the biggest X factor in this game is Antonio Brown. If Antonio Brown is Antonio Brown, then the Bucks are winning this game. Like I've seen him heating up over the past few weeks, and if he gets in that I'm Antonio Brown zone, the best wide receiver in the league, it's raps. It's raps. Time they're winning. I give it up for them already. They're winning.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. Like, cause like. Again, that name Antonio Brown just, oh my God. It's like some of us forget, but sometimes like let's not forget, like he was the best wide receiver in football for a good amount of time. Like no one was really checking him like that. He was getting it done on all levels. And again, if he can reach that, like you said, kind of gotta get the edge to Tampa.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, no one's checking him. But so we got that done. Got other NFL news as relates to our Jets. We finally got a coach. We finally have a coach, dog. Robert Saleh has been hired as our head coach. bringing along with him Mike LaFleur, brother of Matt LaFleur, to be our offensive coordinator, man. Deal got done late last night, bro. How do you feel about it, bro, moving forward?
Bro, I'm feeling great, bro. I love this hire from the Jets, bro. We talked a little about it off the pie, bro. Rob Saleh gives me big Joe Judge vibes, bro. Just a guy that's just gonna come in there and change the culture of a team. Like I said last year on all last year on this pod, like the Giants weren't winning games, but they were playing winning football. And I feel like Robert Saleh is gonna come in here, and that's the just type of culture he's gonna bring into the locker room. And I feel like yeah, we probably wanted an offensive mind, but if you have a guy who can lead the locker room, it doesn't matter what side of the ball he's coaching. If he can lead everybody, that's the guy you want. And I feel like all the stories I'm hearing about him, all the ex-players off the 49ers, I'm really excited about how the Jets are looking for heading into this offseason, bro. How you feel about the move though?
I like it. It caught me off by surprise. I got the alert that said like he was our front runner right now. At first, I really didn't know how to feel because I was still hopeful for Eric Bieniemy. But like you said, like when it comes to leadership, if you're able just to rally a room, it doesn't matter whether you're the defensive coordinator or the offensive coordinator. It's all about getting 53 guys on the same page and having all 53 guys motivated to do what you want them to do. And
Mm.
so I definitely think you like you said, like he's definitely that guy. Joe Judge type of vibes. Just reading stories on him too, growing up, like he really loves his game. Like this is something that he wants to do, and like this is obviously not his opportunity to make the most of it. I think he will. And just the addition with Mike LaFleur too, like has me really curious now what we do in the draft.
I'm bro, I'm sitting here like we might just have to give Sam one more season, bro. And like I can throw the ball to Devontae Smith, bro. Like I can throw the ball to Devontae Smith, bro.
That's
Like
what it comes down to, bro. And Kyle Shanahan in an interview when Sam was coming out, he said, "Yeah, I think Sam's gonna have a great career and have people around the NFL talking about like, yeah, put Sam Darnold in a Kyle Shanahan type of offense, he's going to flourish." So
and
we're bringing so we're bringing Mike LaFleur, who was a part of that Shanahan tree, to a kid that grew up on the West Coast. You know what I mean? Like Sam, hopefully, can potentially do something if he's still our quarterback to start next season.
and when I bring up Devontae Smith, I'm just like, bro, look at what Stephon Diggs did this season for Josh Allen. And just look how big a difference maker a player likes that can have in this season. And look at the season Justin Jefferson had this year with Kirk Cousins throwing him the ball. So you're telling me Devontae Smith, who just killed the college football world, can't come in and do that in the New York Jets offense with Sam Darnold throwing him the ball? With Mike LaFleur calling up plays? Come on, bro. That just opens up so many things that allows Denzel to the girl. Like, come on. And I'm saying, hey, why not stop at Devontae? Draft Najee too. Get both of them and bring them to the squad, bro. Double up. I like it, bro. Like, we got Makai, bro. We have a cornerstone tackle, bro. Like, I love Panay. He's a great dude. He's a beast, bro. But we have our cornerstone tackle. We have to start getting weapons on this offense, bro. So I'm saying if we go get Devontae Smith, trade back maybe one or two picks of whoever needs that quarterback, whoever needs Justin Fields, get Devontae Smith, draft Najee Harris with the Seattle pick. Najee Harry doesn't need a ton of room to block. Makai's picking up, making holes himself already. Run Najee to the left and just throw the ball to Devontae Smith every chance you get. That's a 8 to 9 win season off rip.
Off
Um,
the rip with a solid defense and with CJ Mosley coming back, hopefully healthy this season.
like if this is the plan we want to go to with the type of coach we just brought in, I feel like he's the type of dude that can help expedite this process.
Right. To help expedite that process, that would be the correct term for that. Right phrase for this situation that we're in. But I just really want quickly like shed light on an article that I read yesterday. So there was an article trending last night about potentially the Jets trading for Jimmy Garoppolo. And now with Robert Saleh being the 49ers former defensive coordinator, having already some familiarity with Jimmy and Michael LaFleur as well, there could be a situation where a trade happens in the offseason, say going for Jimmy Garoppolo, because Jimmy Garoppolo is only on under contract for one more year, and having this essentially be a bridge season, have Jimmy G be a bridge quarterback for 1 or 2 years until hopefully maybe DJ comes out. I don't know, but that's in play now that Robert is our coach.
Like I said, it would just fall into the same lining. If that's the play y'all want to do, you have to draft a playmaker. Like, if you're gonna do that, you have to make sure you have a piece within that offense. No matter who's the quarterback, they're able to get some type of, like, you can't have a quarterback that has to create. Like the type of weapons that the Jets have, we don't have weapons that they're gonna get open for themselves like that. So that's why you need a guy, Devontae Smith, who is automatically open every time you snap the ball. So I feel like if they move that way, then I'm cool with the Jimmy G pickup. I'll rock out for the season. I'll sit back. All right, this is a bridge year. I'm not going to get my expectations too high, too low. Wait to see what prospects coming out. Maybe Peyton's nephew, maybe DJ. We don't know what prospect is coming in the future. And rock out. We have all these draft picks. Build it up, bro. You don't have to go grab the number one quarterback and have nothing for him. We just did that with Sam, and we saw what the past 3 years have been like for us. So I just hope that the front office, and I feel like we are, because we did the total opposite of hiring. We got the total opposite of Adam Gase. So I feel like we're moving into the right direction and just learning from our mistakes of the past 3 years, bro. That's all I would just say to the team. Just learn from what we did these past 2 years, bro.
Yo, that's crazy that you really said the Jets are learning from the mistakes, bro. That's actually wild, and that's like actually kind of happening right now. Never thought I'd actually see it, but hey, here we are. Hopefully, it actually pans out well for us. We can actually win some games.
Exactly.
Hopefully. All right. That being said, let's get into it. Ain't nothing was really going on with the culture this week, right? Nothing too crazy.
Nah, just all the MAGA idiots getting arrested. That was the high of my week, bro. Just the tables turning on the MAGA people, them feeling like oppression for the first time in their lives. Like they didn't understand what was going on, bro. It was hilarious, bro.
That's
Like,
a fact. Also, this boy getting impeached for a second time too. Like, dog, you really got impeached for a second time, bro. Like one is wild enough, bro. Like a president's getting impeached, that's already a short list. You were the first ever. You were the first for a lot of things, boy. Also being the first one.
In a
first one to get
year,
impeached
bro.
twice, bro.
In 1 year, twice in one calendar year, bro. How is that even possible? Like that, like he's setting records that people didn't even know you can set, bro. Like,
Son is crazy. Son is going out bad. Buddy is going out bad. Son's trial's gonna start, bro. Imagine how Trump is gonna feel when his trial starts, bro, and Biden is in his office, bro. Like, just imagine how tight he's gonna be, bro. Sitting in that courtroom, listening to everything that's going on right now. Like, wow, this motherfucker is in my office right now.
nah,
This is Sleepy Joe.
but you know who's on her gangster shit right now, bro? Nancy Pelosi, bro. Like they really got her tight last week, bro. Like,
nah, bro. That's a fact. Like Nancy was already the one. Like, nah, you probably shouldn't like try her or like play with her. Now, like they tried her. Now it's like, all right, now
like y'all sent the shooters at her, bro. Like now she's coming at Trump's neck, bro. She's like, oh, you sent the hitters, bro. Say that. You should have hit me, bro. If you should have shot, you should have killed, bro. You should have killed me. Like, she's not playing no games, bro. The worst thing they could have done was give Nancy the control of that Senate and that House, bro. Like, she's like, I had to deal with Trump all these 4 years. I'm about to fuck him over now. He's going under the jail.
That's a fact. All right, so we can get into new music then if that's the case. Division, Musing Her Feelings. We thought it was going to be another project. It just turns out to be the deluxe of Musing Her Feelings. Another 4 additional songs as serves as the intro into the base album. How'd you feel about those 4 songs, my boy?
It was cool. Bro, I feel like the Vision and me are like going through the same like relationship phases at the same time. Like it's type weird, bro. I'm like, bro, like how are we like going? Like, why is the music that you're singing now is what I'm relating to now? and the album you just released was something I was going through back then. Like, bro, is our relationship paths the same right now? Because the vibes in these songs I'm getting is all right. I'm back in the streets now. I'm trying to live my life again after this breakup. That's what I'm getting, bro. Favorite song off the little four thing is the song with Miguel, bro. It's just it was heavy Prince vibes in there, bro. Just
That's a fact.
just
I
just
got those vibes too. I thought it
just
was crazy for thinking that though.
this heavy Prince vibes, bro. Just see the good connect, bro. But that song was dope, bro. It's just I like the way Division is going right now, bro. I just like the slow momentum build they're building up right now, coming project after project, just releasing good music right now, and they're just in a good groove, bro. So that's what I hear on the project.
Really like those four songs. Hit right on the money with the second song. She said that first song. He said, was not expecting it. It was something different and reminded me of a lot of really early weekend vibes. But I liked it. He did a really good job with it
Mhm.
overall. Shout out to Daniel and you somebody and blessings. Those two singles that were released before those still slappers. And like I didn't get a chance to listen to the full version with now these four additional songs. But I'm feeling now there's going to be just a little bit of a different experiencing with having those first four songs and then leading to everything else.
And I
Um,
like how they blocked it up and actually gave us like the storyline of what's happening, like the breakup, the we in the club now. Now I'm trying to get her back. Even though I already put that together while I was listening to the song, I'm like, all right, this is the vibe. All right, we trying to get her back. All right, we broke up. We in the club. We doing what we want to do now. Now
right.
I miss my bitch. Where are you at? Like,
Nah, the fact, yeah. But that's honestly that's something that more is I feel like should do. I like personally as a fan, like break it down, like because albums like they're just stories at the end of the day, and stories all have chapters, and it's like so. I'm not saying that they should or shouldn't, but I'm just saying that hey, artists out there, why not block it up just a little bit? Like just make it just makes it more engaging to the listener.
And I'm glad you brought up that point, and I think that's why I'm kind of like fading away from today's music right now because I feel like artists are not really focusing on telling a story on their albums anymore. They're just like, this album is going to stream well because I have these songs here, and it really doesn't matter how this is flowing because they don't care about, oh, this is a flow of the album. We just want to know what songs that these fans are going to pull out so this could go on this Spotify playlist, this Apple Music playlist. So I just feel like just with the invention of all this streaming and playlists, I just feel like it killed the storyline of music, which was what I love the most. That's why like some of my favorite albums are like Confessions, Good Kid, Mad City. Those are perfect storylines. I'm seeing what's going on in the album. Illmatic, just perfect stories. And I just feel like I wish artists wouldn't try to just rush and just try to go get the playlist bag, go get that. Cause I really feel like that music is not going to last you the longest. I feel like albums and classics that last the longest are the stories, are the ones that we can feel, bro. Like, are the ones that connect to us and tell us something.
Yeah, absolutely right about that. But you essentially like answered in this way, kind of like your own question if you were to have one at the end of it. A lot of artists aren't really focused on like their legacies, like just point blank period. Like a lot of new age artists, they want, like you said, they're coming up and they're focused on, hey, what do I need to do to make sure these X amount of songs get on these playlists? Like who do I need to get a baby feature? Who do I need to get in contact with to get a Uzi feature? You know what I mean? They're focused on right now just getting that, you
Bro.
know, and just building and just at the same time while doing that in the music world on social media and in their free time building up their personal brand and expanding upon that. Like, because now really, like realistically, like right now for artists, music is really just a platform for them and their personal brand. The personal brand now is more important than the music, which is unfortunate right now to see in the music industry. Obviously, something an art form that obviously caters and means so much to billions of people throughout the world. But that's just kind of the state that we're in right now.
Yeah, and even if the music is important, it's only like 10 seconds of the song. I feel like right now nobody is focusing on I gotta make this hit song. I have to make this hit 15 seconds so this could be a TikTok sound. And everybody hear, oh, what's that song? Oh, that's a TikTok. You hear the song in the club, you don't even know that's a song. You're like, oh, I heard this song on TikTok. That's how I
That's
know
a
it's.
fact. That's a
Like that's
fact.
all
Yeah.
these bro. Like I found this artist on Spotify, just scrolling through. I'm like, oh, this is a hard song. What is this? I play it. My brother here, but like, oh, that's a song off of TikTok. I'm like, wait, what? That's what this is called now. And I'm hearing now like TikTok has charts and Thriller has song charts now. Yes, like these apps have song charts, bro.
Wow.
So like,
Wow.
so it's not even like we're pushing to go create a song. We're pushing to go create a hot line that's gonna blow on TikTok.
Wow.
Like you don't even need to create a hit. You need to just create a good 2-4 bars.
You just need to have a hot, wow. You just need to come up with a hot ringtone real quick, and that's it.
This it's the ringtone era again, bro. And I just hope y'all know what happened to ringtone era artists. They didn't last. They were there for the moment. The artists that last were Lil Wayne, Jay-Z, those type of dudes who didn't fall into the ringtone era bag. They still were making the music that they made. So I just don't fall. Yeah, it's hot right now, but it's something else bigger than TikTok that's gonna come, bro.
That's a fact. And like, again, like a TikTok bag, like how actually they probably pay out a good amount, I would assume. But like legacy wise, like what's your realistically like for a musician, do you want your legacy to be on TikTok or actually like make it work? You
I
know,
could
like
see it as a blow. Like, yeah, use that as a blow you up, and then next album heat, bro. Don't make an album full of TikTok. Like, I blow up off your TikTok song and then release hit. Don't blow off your TikTok song and then make 20 more TikTok songs. That's when I start hating, bro.
right, yeah.
Like,
Like you said, like those guys, like those type of artists have very short lived careers.
mm-hmm.
Like that's just ultimately what it is. Like artists, bring back the storytelling vibes. Like
Please.
sequence your albums. Like go into a session where your producer and your engineer just be like, hey, listen, I want to create a storyline. This is here, rising action, climax, downfall, and like let's have something because those, like you said, are probably the most enjoyable music pieces to listen to.
Speaking of that, go listen to Jasmine Sullivan's Hotel, bro. She released it last week. It's hard. And then watch her Tiny Desk after you watch that, bro.
I saw her Tiny Desk trending. I didn't take a chance to look at it though.
Yeah. You gotta watch that, bro. She sequenced. It's like the girl version of Division.
Nice. All right, so I definitely got to listen to that then.
Yeah.
All right, then. Waviest person or waviest moment of the week, bro. Who you got?
The waviest moment of the week or the waviest thing of the week. It's gonna be weird. I know a lot of people were kind of like making fun of this, but I kind of saw it as a dope thing, and I feel like the NFL was kind of innovative with what they did with this, and that was the NFL airing the game on Nick. And I feel like this just should open up a new door in broadcasting where we don't have to stay in the same lane. Like, let's have contracts where hey, this channel can broadcast the game and let they have their own set of broadcasters so that audience, people who are not your typical everyday sports fan, can go join in and hear hey, maybe Snoop Dogg or somebody commentate the game like we heard him here boxing. It's a fun experience. Everybody doesn't need the tradition, hey, we're here and it's Monday night. Like, we don't need that. Like, it's 2021, people have evolved. We want fun. It's a social media type of era. How about we try to adapt with broadcasting? I feel like the NFL did that with that. So I would definitely would like to see something like, hey, a BET maybe do a NFL game and have a bunch of a black panel of people broadcast the game, or a Latino thing. I know they have different casts like that, but I feel like we should expand it more to have people of that culture, not just typical broadcasters. So I feel like
Right,
that opened up the door for that with that idea.
right, and also like you touched on it. You touched on it. It's like you open up the game to like you said, a broader audience overall. And if you're the NFL, if you're trying to sell a product, that's ultimately what you want to do. You're trying to showcase the product to as many people, as many different markets as you possibly can. And hey, and it was successful. They had good numbers for that Knicks stream. So now going forward, that is probably something we are going to see in the future within the next like couple of years. Hopefully, if they can work out just the right contracts with certain networks, like you said, like let's say with like Nick has like another playoff game next year, or like BET like hosting like 4 regular season games, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be really dope to see, honestly. For me, my waviest person / waviest moment of the week have to go to Lamar Jackson. Getting that monkey off his back, like you said, threw a bad pick early, but then redeemed himself with that touchdown run to put him up big. And like you said, that boy's on fire right now, and it's going to be a good matchup against the Bills, man. So just great for Lamar Jackson to get that thing off his back,
Yeah.
and just
And
for the Ravens to be flowing.
yeah, just a little honorable mention: the city of Buffalo and the city of Cleveland. I gotta give y'all the waviest moment. Y'all got that playoff monkey off your back. I know how we know how that feels as Jets fans. I feel like us, the Bengals and the Lions fans, we all in line next to see if we can break that streak. So congrats to the Bills and the Browns of breaking that playoff drought. We know how it feels to be a trash NFL team, bro. So congrats on that.
That's a fact. That is a fact. All right. With that being said, we're gonna wrap it up now. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. Make sure to like, share, subscribe. We really appreciate anything that y'all do for us. And with that being said, we'll catch you on the next one.
Hey.